Hi friends, this is immigration attorney Marina Shepelsky. Today's video is how to understand when you need a lawyer. When can you deal with your legal problems yourself? And when do you make the decision that, hey, I have to hire a professional, I cannot handle this by myself, and win? Listen, it's obvious that this is like a self-interest video and I'm not hiding it. Obviously, lawyers want you to hire lawyers. Accountants want you to hire accountants, especially if you're watching an accountant's video, they want you to hire them. That's why we present information to you, and that's why we do what we do. We want people to hire us so that we learn, we get more experience, and we can help you, which is the most important thing. We don't work for free, but it's obvious in our society that if you want something done right, you hire the best professional you can. Guess what? When I have legal problems, I hire a lawyer in certain things that I don't handle in myself. For example, I have my house that I'm renting out in Staten Island, and my tenants haven't paid me rent, even though they all work, they're all adults, there's no problem. They're just refusing to pay rent because they're taking advantage of the COVID situation. And I hired a lawyer who does only landlord-tenant stuff because we focus on immigration law and divorce law to help you guys. We want to be the best at the two things we do. We don't want to do everything under the sun. I don't think a real professional knows how to do well 10 things at once, okay? So, we frequently deal with clients who didn't choose a good lawyer, who maybe went for somebody a little cheaper, or somebody closer to their house, or whatever reason. Sometimes you like somebody and they turn out to be a liar, and they got in trouble. So a lot of our casework is fixing other attorneys' mistakes, or even worse, mistakes made by nobodies and paralegals or notarios that open their offices and do immigration services for clients, to me, are nobodies.
He's a lawyer.
These are not people qualified to help you win anything. And the only thing you're doing is flushing your money down the toilet when you find these people to fill out some forms for you. Because lawyers don't fill out forms. We have staff that does forms. We're the ones who make legal strategies in your case. We know how to present your case in the best way because of our education and experience. It's not just the education, it's also our experience. So the lawyers that are out there who are not specialists in what you need, they're basically out just to get you. And the same thing for sure, 100%, is for those unethical paralegals and notarios that take people's money and file all kinds of BS cases for them that will never go anywhere. And it's basically just a waste of the USCIS fee that you're putting in the envelope with your forms. Today, we're going to talk about the cases where we advise you to hire an immigration lawyer. I'm going to tell you when I think it's okay to do it without a lawyer, and when I highly insist, I recommend, I urge you, I beg you, please hire a lawyer to help you. Even if you can't afford it, borrow the money, because the legal fee you pay to an immigration lawyer is an investment in your freaking life. No one is going to come and pay for your life to be good. You are the only one who can invest in your future and fix your immigration problem. And lawyers cost money, but that's normal because all the years of experience in education mean that I do in 30 minutes what's gonna take some bozo to do 3 days, okay? And that's what you pay for, not for my 30 minutes, for the years I spent learning to do the thing I have to do in your case in those 30 minutes, okay? When to call an immigration lawyer? You will definitely want to consult an immigration attorney who practices in the area that you need. That's another thing. Some lawyers do work petitions, this, and the other. If you have a family case, you want somebody who specializes in family immigration law. If you have a work case, I refer a lot of my work cases to a colleague in Arizona because we don't do them enough to be really great at them. And I don't feel right about charging people a lot of money for something I'm not really that great at. I'm just okay. Just okay for me is not acceptable. You want to find somebody amazing at what they do. That's when they're worth the money you're paying them. Number one situation, you're uncertain about your basic eligibility for a green card, meaning you don't even know what kind of a benefit you need to file for to get a green card. If you're married, it could be pretty much a straightforward case, but what if you're not? So you need to consult somebody who can give you some options. That's definitely a time when you want to go see an immigration lawyer and do a consultation to figure out, how can I get a green card? Number 2 is, if you're getting government assistance when still living here illegally, you're Medicaid or something like that, or you've maybe been arrested, you definitely need an immigration lawyer. You're not going to be able to handle the situation by yourself, whether you're filing through family or you're going for asylum or anything like that. You definitely need a lawyer when you're getting government assistance or you have crimes or other problems in your background and you know what they are. I love when people call me and they're like, well, I've been arrested. And I'm like, okay, what year? I don't remember. And what did you do? Oh, it wasn't a big deal. The thing should have been dismissed, but this. When I get their FBI record, and sometimes we have to do that because people have selective memory about their arrests. They're like, oh, I don't remember how many arrests I have. Oh, I don't remember why I was arrested. So sometimes we have to do fingerprints and send it to FBI to get their whole rap sheet. I get all of their arrests and I'm like, oh my God, they didn't tell me to have 12 arrests. They only told me about 2 arrests. So that's a real problem, and that's the time when you need an immigration lawyer. When your lawyer wants to tear their hair out, that's the time you need an immigration lawyer. If you're having problems because you filed for a green card already in the past and you got denied, that's the time to go see an immigration lawyer. That's the time when you need a lawyer to look at the denial and figure out, first of all, why it happened, how can it be fixed, and maybe even if it's worth doing anything new about, because it might not even be anything that's ever going to get approved. I'll be honest with you, okay? Another situation where you need an attorney is if you've already been deported from the United States. If you've already been deported, to get back in here, it's going to be a huge undertaking. You're going to need all kinds of waivers. You might have a permanent bar. You might have a 10-year bar or 3-year bar. I won't bore you with all the details of all the things that I know that keep me up at night for my clients. But if you've been deported before, that's definitely a time to hire an immigration attorney. Another time to hire an immigration attorney is if you're planning to move to US to work for a US company here, and the company doesn't really want to help you with that. They're willing to hire you, but they won't pay for a lawyer for you. In this situation, actually by law, you're not allowed to pay for your own lawyer. But maybe you can find a great lawyer and convince your new employer to pay for their services and get you here with a green card. Because any employment visas, any employment petitions are usually highly complicated, involve many steps, and you won't be able to handle this on your own. And finally, for today's video, the final situation where you definitely need an immigration attorney is if you're married to a US citizen and you're struggling in that marriage. If you already filed the paperwork for a green card through marriage and they're refusing to go to the interview, they're abusing you, they won't legalize you, they refuse to legalize your kids, you feel like you're stuck and you're in a trap, you really are. And this is when you need an immigration lawyer to extricate you, to take you out of that situation and get you a VAWA-based green card. VAWA is a special immigration law that's called Violence Against Women Act, VAWA for short. If you're a man or a woman who's being abused by a US citizen or a green card spouse, you can legalize, you can get a work permit, but it's gotten really hard to win without a lawyer. You definitely need a lawyer to go through all the requisite legal issues that you have to prove to win VAWA. You're not going to be able to figure it out on your own. And I think that a paralegal or an notarial also won't be able to figure this out. So this is worth investing in a lawyer to help you do this kind of work. I love helping people. You can see from my videos, I like to give people information. I like to legalize people and change their lives. And I have a lot of good colleagues like myself who love changing lives, who want to do things properly, by the book, to help you legalize in the United States. If you think lawyers are only here to take your money, do you think the same thing for restaurants? After all, you pay the money too. So does it mean that all the restaurant is interested in is taking your money? No. What about cab drivers? They're only doing their work to drive you from one point to another to make money. Do you worry that they're only in this to make money? Of course, we all make money, and do things for money because we have families and lives we want to support. If I didn't have the money to pay for law school, to pay for all my courses and all the things that I do to make myself a better lawyer, how would I become a better lawyer? Makes no sense. Most professions are in it just to make money, but lawyers get the worst reputation for it. And I'm a little bit upset about that, and I'll share that with you. Because yes, we pay money to professionals and they do their work. Lawyers charge money to do the work, but that's normal. That's capitalism. Capitalism so far is the most successful way of doing things in the world.
Don't be mad at capitalism. Capitalism loves you.
Because we all know what happens to socialist and communist countries, okay? They have revolutions and they kill people, and those people starve. Look at Venezuela, look at China, look at the former Soviet Union. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for paying attention to our content. Thank you for sticking it out with us. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you paying attention to our firm amongst all the lawyers out there and on YouTube. I invite you to watch our other videos. I invite you to be our follower, our subscriber. Give us a like if you like this video. Call us anytime if you have an immigration problem. It doesn't matter where you live, although our offices are in New York City. We do Zoom consultations, Skype consultations. We'll take all your papers by email, by uploads. You can mail us stuff, or you can come to our office. We're in New York City and Brooklyn. See you around. Bye-bye.